Let's talk for a minute the trailers that aired during the 2022 Super Bowl. Starting first with Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I'm actually really excited for this sequel. It's for a few reasons that actually all center around the new director, Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi was the guy who launched the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man series of movies for Sony back in the early 2000s. He's the one who jump-started comic book movies again after Tim Burton. Another thing about Sam Raimi is that he's actually a horror movie guy, so I want to see how he's going to bring that style into these movies, into this world of the modern-day MCU Disney as we know it. He replaced the original director who was going to make this sequel, Scott Derrickson. Scott Derrickson directed the original Doctor Strange movie, and whenever there's kind of a change behind the scenes there, it can either make the movie be amazingly better or it could go in the other direction. So that's Doctor Strange 2. Next up is the new Jordan Peele movie called Nope. This trailer, really strange and perfectly Jordan Peele. It's one of these movies where I'm really curious because you're either going to love the movie or hate it. I'm really just talking about myself here because with Get Out, I loved the movie, and with Us, I did not like it at all. But that's just my taste. Jordan Peele is definitely a very unique kind of director, and watching this trailer, I have no idea what this movie is really about. It kind of seems like maybe it's an aliens story, but with, I'm sure, whatever theme he's going to be talking about in this movie now. With Jordan Peele, you never know what to expect, so I very much want to see that one. The next trailer from the Super Bowl would be The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. This is for the new series that's coming out on Amazon. I've always appreciated the Lord of the Rings movies. They really cool special effects, great music. It's a big production. It's kind of sad we're not seeing it in the theater, but I think after COVID, we're all used to streamed content, which I'm fine with because, look, filmmakers are still working. All of us who also want to be entertained are still having content that we can choose from safely. The only thing I don't understand is why Amazon would want to spend so much on Lord of the Rings, because then the pressure is really on them to continue adding subscribers. I think what they did instead with creating the show Reacher, a smaller scale show, has a lot more potential to help them grow their subscribers. But you know what? I'm going to save Reacher series on Amazon for a completely separate review. Next up is Jurassic World Dominion. This movie, I am really excited because it looks over the top. You're bringing back the entire Jurassic Park, Jurassic World cast. They're just going for broke with this movie. I don't want to say more than that. Just watch the trailer. It's Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, whatever we're calling it now, Unleashed. I am really excited to see where they're going to go with that. Next up, we have the Marvel series Moon Knight. I'm really curious because you have two actors, Oscar Isaac in the lead role and Ethan Hawke, I'm assuming, as the villain, it looks like. Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke are actors who usually prefer dramas. This is at least how I feel from what I've seen with them. Something about this series caught their attention. The next trailer was for the upcoming Michael Bay movie, Ambulance. I don't know really how to describe this one. It looks like a heist type of movie, but also an ambulance on the run, fighting off all the authorities. And I don't really get what's going on, but that's kind of the fun thing with Michael Bay. It's, again, over the top. It's not supposed to make sense. He just likes to go crazy with movies. If you want an idea of what I'm talking about, go on to Netflix and look up the film Six Underground. This is a movie where Michael Bay is pretty much unleashed. The next trailer is for the comedy The Lost City. This comedy stars Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock, and Brad Pitt. After 21 and 22 Jump Street with Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum, if you have not seen those two movies and you want to laugh, add those films to your queue now. I actually don't know a lot about this upcoming movie, The Lost City, but again, just because of 21 and 22 Jump Street, I'm already excited for this one. It looks funny as hell, and I just want to laugh. For the next movie, we have Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Now, I have not seen the first one that came out. I remember reading a few things about it. First of all, that when they teased the first footage from the first movie, I remember there was so much strong pushback about how the visual effects were not up to par, and apparently it bothered the studio so much that they went back and redid all the visual effects. That just sounds crazy to me. But I guess it was worth it because the movie came out and it was a big hit. And I remember actually one part of praise from it was Jim Carrey playing the villain did an excellent job. And that was where a lot of the praise was kind of circled around. And for this new Sonic movie, they've added the character of Knuckles. This character is voiced by Idris Elba. I mean, I really do hope that Idris Elba is the next James Bond. I am hopeful that it's going to be a good movie. I want to see the first one. I'm going to watch the second one as well. I was a big Sega Genesis kid. I played a lot of Sonic, so I'm rooting for this one. And then the last set of trailers are actually very similar to each other. The first one is for Netflix and showing the 86 film slate that they have coming up for this year, which is just insane. The global entertainment platform. And the other spot was for Warner Brothers and all the DC comic movies that they have scheduled to come out this year. One thing that I really appreciate with the DC comic movies now, they're not trying to do this whole shared universe thing, and their movies have improved significantly as a result. So I can't wait to see those. Now I want to talk about the one trailer that I'm surprised was not included in the Super Bowl. Paramount decided not to include a Super Bowl trailer for their long-delayed Tom Cruise sequel, Top Gun Maverick. Now this movie is still scheduled to come out on May 27th. I do hope that they start releasing some trailers for it soon. The last trailer that came out for this sequel was about a year ago, or almost a year and a half ago. So I do hope that we start seeing some new trailers again soon. I'm also excited because you have Joseph Kosinski, who did Oblivion, as well as the Tron sequel as the director, and you have Christopher McQuarrie, who's directed the recent Mission Impossible movies, who did a big rewrite on this film as well. That's the one trailer that I don't understand why it wasn't included in the Super Bowl. It would have been the perfect opportunity, but I'm going to respect and trust in Paramount's decision, and hopefully we're going to see it soon. That's a look at the trailers that aired during the 2022 Super Bowl. A very successful Super Bowl as far as viewership is concerned, with about 112 million viewers in the United States. I'm telling you, Paramount, I think it was a perfect opportunity that was missed for Top Gun 2, but hey, I'm still hopeful. Thanks for listening.